Alrighty, hello, hello. Welcome in, greetings and salutations. Hydrates abound. So with that, welcome in. Hopefully, we got some good stuff for y'alls tonight. Entertainment, I should say. Yeah, since we're starting late, we're just gonna get this bad boy started ASAP. So hopefully y'all's had a good day, and give me a minute to round them up. We're gonna just get this bad boy rolling. No delay. All right. So, who want to do a recap?
Only thing I remember is we played ambush game without really knowing it until the end.
Yeah. To expand on that a little bit, we were making our way out of the Mole People's village, and with so many of them and so few of us, we split up to kind of walk between them a little bit. Make sure that no mole person is left behind. And as we made our way, eventually, everybody got what was it? I guess we were traveling at night, and so we had our short rest before heading out, and we're thinking we'll probably do a long rest somewhere on the road. But as we're walking along, I came upon a group of goblins, sounding like booyaks, excuse me, talking about ambushing. And of course, I just think I'm like, okay, it's just they're planning on trying to get our stuff. I'm like, all right. So we were able to overtake the one group and decided, well, these guys didn't seem too smart. So I thought, okay, I'll toss my soul blade, and if they can catch it, they can keep it. But they had so few hit points that they just kept dying. And then the last one, I think, ran off. Uh, oh, because no, Vimac had come along and was like, "Here, you can have this," and you tossed him you tossed your sword to one guy, and he caught it like blade first, and it killed him. And the other
No,
guy's like,
no,
"Wasn't it?
no.
Or did he catch it? I thought you
I
killed
didn't
one as
throw it
well."
at him. I just tossed it to him and he ran away.
Okay.
And we were
Okay.
chasing him.
Well, then, yes. So, yeah, chased him along, came across a bunch more. And so I'm thinking, like, well, I don't want it to get taken out by goblins. Like, they're going to learn, like, eventually, right? So as I'm taking them out and thinking, like, they're going to run off any minute now. They're going to run off. And they just weren't. And then eventually learned through Price, who had learned from Gnome, that they were playing the game Ambush, and it wasn't about trying to kill anybody. It really was just about trying to take our stuff. And, all the goblin tribes would basically ambush each other, and whoever was able to steal the most stuff from Ambush would get the most points. And then, that makes them awesome at the end of the year. So hadn't learned about this yet, but I started to feel real bad about just killing them because it was like, okay, these guys obviously have no chance and they're not really trying to hurt us. They just want to take our stuff. So I thought, okay, well, you can play this game and try to snatch something of importance from one of the goblins and ended up snatching its loincloth. um, and then there was a whole bunch of back and forth. But yeah, eventually it learned of the game Ambush. So was
Monstrous
able
wedgies.
to Oh, yes, right, because I missed a couple times and resulted in monstrous wedgies. multiple wedgies. They were trying to steal my peace of mind. But yeah, I think we ended while there were still some goblins around, right? But it was like kind of toward the end of ambush, quote unquote combat. Or had they run off? I don't think they had run off yet. I don't remember. Can you guys remind me? Can we see the map? That will help me remember.
I'm not sure.
Let's see. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we were still over here. Oh yeah, and then Kaito had come in and was trying to help me out. And was raging a little bit. There was I can't remember what Kaito Seiji, do you wanna recall your
Seiji had
experience?
to be right back.
Oh, okay. That's right. I didn't realize we weren't back yet. Yeah. So yeah, I am in possession of a loincloth. I think someone got kicked out into the trees by Kaito. Yeah. And so we're just trying to steal some of their stuff so that they get discouraged. Oh, that's right. And Gnome had stolen some stuff from some of the goblins on their side of the map, and as they were running off, they made Gnome made sure to tell them to come visit Delruth, and we will compete there, kind of a thing. So basically invited them to ambush Delruth. So we absolutely need to get back to Delruth so that we can beat them there. Because with how weak these guys are, and Gnome was telling us about how, like, historically they're kind of like the dumbest of the goblins, and so sometimes the other goblin tribes would like let them come in and steal stuff to like just give them a little bit of points because they felt kind of bad. And so this year they were thinking of maybe, you know letting that tribe win, just to have a little bit of a feather in their cap, because they always lose otherwise. And this is all being discussed with Price while I'm like slaughtering them, thinking that, if I kill a couple of, or if I just injure them, they'll run away, right? Yeah, no, it did not work that way. They were too stupid to run away. So thankfully, I didn't kill all of them, though. I was not the murder hobo. Too bad, not too much. But yeah, thank goodness Gnome was able to recognize and share that with us. So
Yep.
we will have the future competition.
Thank goodness. Totally not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them didn't get brutally murdered.
I mean, it wasn't all of them. Like I said, it was like, well, they've got to catch on sooner or later, right? They've got to. Yeah, no, they didn't. So, but hey, at least I stopped murdering them. They just had to they just had to, like, not catch my blade face first, and then they would have been fine. That's all. So anyway, that happened.
Righty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Unless there is anything else you can recall. So I still got
I
more
don't think
on
so
them.
on my end. But maybe when Seiji gets back, they can fill more in. Because I feel like Kaito is being pretty entertaining.
Well, you don't know how long Kaito's gonna be. Have to step away for. 1, 2, 4. All right. Well, guess we will pick up where we left off, which was, I believe it was Price. I think it was Price. It was Price or Gnome. think it was Price though, who was, I think he was trying to rally the mole people to partake of the game of ambush because there are more mole people than there are goblins.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So let's start off with a couple of rolls here.
Yeah, I think we had just robbed 2 of them, and they gave us stuff, or they dropped their stuff, and then they left. So Price is pretty much thinking that we won, not really realizing that we're still surrounded. But did seem like, with including the mole people, we had them outnumbered. So we were kind of trying to strong arm them a little bit.
All right. So we will start with the gobos walking up to, a bunch of the mole people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And they're pushing them around and saying, "Give me your stuff." And the mole people seem very confused and startled.
Price is
And
gonna
they kind of look to the people pushing them around and then look to you.
He's gonna kind of turn toward him in Undercommon, just gonna say, "Oh, don't worry. I'll keep you safe. We gotta. It's not gonna make sense, but it's apparently their custom to try and rob people. But we're not gonna let them, and so you have to rob them in return. Anyway, if they shove you, just shove them back, and I'll tell them that they gotta give us all their stuff."
All right, so give me a persuasion. All right. So with a 19, that's goblins, that's mole people. Public roll. All right, so when you say that to them, they, they definitely see that they have the numbers advantage. And you see a few of the mole people just kind like there's, because if you recall, there's 123 mole people. Currently, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 goblins. So it's pretty easy for them to put together the fact that these goblins don't really. I mean, they are armed, but 123 versus 7, they're still pretty decent numbers. But the goblins don't seem to have that as a factor in their mind. They got to win the game this year. They're the underdogs, all right? So they're willing to take the risk. And to their dismay, a bunch of mole people, each goblin is just completely surrounded, and they start getting like shoved. And the mole people are, well, you would understand what they're saying. Basically, they're saying, "We're gonna take your stuff. It's gonna be ours." Rawr. And they're doing it in the most unintimidating way because they're not used to being bandits. So they're just like, "I too am a thug and or criminal. I am very convincing in my execution of dastardly plans." However, the goblins, let's see. they speak Undercommon? Checking their languages real quick. Okay, yep, nope. So these goblins, they seem to not understand what the mole people are saying. So to them, it's probably just comes out as like squeaks and gargles and noises, but they're very aggressive.
Price is gonna kind of walk up to, I guess, like where the majority of the goblins are. They're kind of getting surrounded here, but he's gonna, in Undercommon, he's gonna, after he just said that like we have to kind of stand our ground and take something from him, and he's gonna backtrack a little bit. Um, oh, hold on. I think I've got an idea here. He says that in Undercommon to the mole people, and then to the goblins, he's gonna kind of start rummaging in his pockets. All right. I tell you what, I'm gonna give you the most valuable thing I have. If you all just get out of here real quick, because if you're still here when the rest of my friends show up, it might not be good for you. And as he's saying that to the goblins, he's rummaging in his pocket, and while his hands are in his pockets, he's gonna cast Prestidigitation and do the minor creation. It has to do with like a feat or something, I believe, being a rock gnome. But he's gonna pull out this really ornate looking, what would be in like modern times like a really nice pocket watch, but in I'm trying to think like fantasy setting, it's probably like very kind of almost steampunk clockwork-esque. It's got a whole bunch of gears, and it looks really ornate, very shiny. And he's gonna pull it out of his pocket, and he's gonna hand it over to the nearest goblin. All right, so if you got me, you won. I'm gonna give you this, and you guys, like I said, you won this time, but we'll see you next time. We're gonna steal from you.
So you hand this pocket watch over, and the goblins all look at it wide-eyed, and they mutter amongst themselves as they're being shoved and pushed around.
Oh, that looked like worth a lot of points. Yeah, a lot of points.
And the goblin snatches it.
Oh shoot.
And then they run.
We gonna win this year?
No, you're not. Bryce is gonna look over to Gnome as he's kind of like, he's probably still wiping some sand off of his beard. And like he's gonna straighten his coat up a little bit. Well, we gotta kind of let people win sometimes, but we'll get them back. We did good.
As you can hear the scampering of many goblin feet.
Whew. Oh. So Price is gonna look around at all the mole people. Well, how y'all doing? I think everything's all right now.
As the camera pans to the ones that are still active and totally unaware of what just transpired. Let's see, this one was knocked down. So these two goblins, get them upright. They try and surround Kaito, and we're for everybody else. Like they're when they shove you guys, like there's at least something to it. Like it's a bunch of like short dudes just like pushing you around a little bit. But Kaito, as half horse, they're really just like pushing on Kaido's like legs. That doesn't really do anything at all. Even though they weren't really doing much to people on two legs, they're definitely not having any effect on anybody with four legs. They're really just a nuisance. But there's one that does walk up to Kalia, or scamper up to Kalia, or not Kalia, Altani.
Give me your stuff.
And then the two around Kaito.
Give us your stuff or else. Yeah.
And they hold their rusty little swords.
Well,
So, do you want to go first then?
sure, since I
Oh,
only
okay.
got the one. So now that I know what's up, I'll be like, oh no, you got me. I only have this one thing that's actually worth anything, and I'm gonna reach into my pack and just grab a handful of my jerky and be like, but I don't know that I can give it up. I mean, this stuff is worth so many points. I mean, this could like lose us the ambush championship this year. So I really don't know. I really don't think I can give these up. They're really too important. And I'll hold them out like shaking, be like, please don't, don't take all my points, and basically hold the jerky out in my hand.
All right. So give me a deception.
Would it be deception or performance?
You're
It doesn't
deceiving.
matter. I am just okay. I am deceiving. Let's see how we go. Not too bad. It's like, oh no, not my points. Anything but that.
He points to the jerky.
Mm-hmm. You give me that stuff and that stuff.
And then he also points to the loincloth that you snatched off of him.
I'll be like, I don't know. How about we arm wrestle for it?
I think I get double points if I get my stuff back.
All right, well, let's arm wrestle for it, and the winner takes all.
Mm,
And I put my arm out, like kind of and like I like kneel down and put my elbow and arm out. True
mm,
test of strength.
yeah, I strongest. Yeah.
Okay.
Hope you're ready to
So-
lose your stuff.
I don't know. I'm pretty strong. I mean, you look pretty strong too, but I'm pretty strong. So when he comes up and I put my hand in his hand, be like, okay, and go. And I'll pretend to strain. And let me see what I don't really want to win, but let me see what I would have possibly. Let's see. Would that be a straight strength check or athletics?
It would be athletics.
Okay. I'm going to do that and add a disadvantage because I'm not trying to. Oh my gosh. So I don't know if that would be enough to actually like beat him in a test of strength, but if I do start to win, I'm just going to like let my arm like start to shake and then give it up and be like, "Oh no. Oh no, you beat me. You beat me fair and square." And I'll give him the loincloth and the jerky.
So
I'll be like, "Oh,
he's unexpectedly strong.
oh good." So he won fair and square, huh? Excellent.
So yeah, you go to be like, "Oh no, you're beating me," and it turns out that maybe
actually
the
beats
power
me.
of his lack of a loincloth has motivated him to reacquisition, and the fact that if if he gets something taken and then he can steal it back, that could be worth double points. That's even more motivation.
Love it.
I got the stuff.
And then he scampers.
And then I'll slowly kind of just walk back to the group, be like, Kaito, you got this, right? I'm gonna go check on the guys. And I'll just start casually walking back, be like, oh no, I lost all my stuff. Oh no. As I'm walking back. Oh darn. No more stuff.
Oh no.
Sucks. And then I'm done.
So what's Kaido doing?
There's 2 in front of him,
Yep.
right? And are they speaking in common so I actually understood the words they said or no?
They're saying it in Goblin or Common.
Okay.
They're goblins.
Well, Barbar's gonna do what Barbars do best. He's gonna pull out his axe like, how about I take your shit or you just walk away?
We take you stuff. Ours.
I mean, I
Your
know-
stuff. Your stuff is our stuff. We just let you hold it.
Yeah, no, that's not how this is happening.
Shove, shove.
T, I guess we try just shoving back.
All right. Roll me in athletics. So you practically like when you go to like are you shoving him like with the horse legs? Or are you using like your arms like reaching down to shove him back?
Oh, the horse leg. He's not bending down for goblins. Not these ones anyway.
All right. So you shove this guy. With more they're a lot less shove resistant than you expected. And he gets like flung.
All right, so Kaido's gonna turn and look at the other one like, do you want to turn?
Actually, look kind of fun.
Okay, get shoved.
But no, we need stuff.
Nope.
Damn. Team Rocket blasting off again. Their rolls were terrible.
I thought my rolls were terrible. If they're flat on the ground and we're not supposed to be murking them anymore, he'll just leave them be and go catch up to Kalia.
Oh, you don't even find them.
Oh.
You beat them so handedly. Team Rocket blasting off again moment. Or what you're good at when you
In the distance.
yeet price.
Send the gnome. And that was it.
Let me turn her up a little bit. These guys are just gonna go poof. They ran off. All right. So, Rice, you would, as those goblins run off, you would overhear a bit of chatter amongst them.
So he said, Delruth, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, we're gonna win big this year.
And then that's when they disappear into like the canopy tree line.
So Price overhears that, and then like I'm assuming Nova's still standing around, but he's gonna hear that, and he's gonna kind of look down. He's just gonna shake his head and almost mutter to himself, "Oh, oh, I hope they don't run into Lionel." Then yeah, he'll probably so Price, I'm assuming, is he's just kind of looking around, checking on the mole people, making sure that we're all still together.
Yep, they have not left the vicinity of the caravan.
And now he's also realizing that the goblins that just ran off are literally going to the same place we are. So he's kind of like probably gonna look up at Scooter. We might have told them to go exactly where we're going. I just assume Scooter's just kind of like blank stare, but like a slight nod, like, yeah, great job.
Well, that was somewhat entertaining. You know, we should probably take the stuff of the guys who caught the blades badly and leave it around town for those guys to ambush from us. I bet they'd get a kick out of that. I'll be right back. So I'm gonna loot the goblins over here. Oops. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna take their stuff so that we can, just leave it around town and let them take their stuff back because they'll be real excited about that. But then we probably need to hurry and get to town.
Yep, they all have rusty scimitars and pouches that range between 5 and 20 copper.
Perfect. I'm gonna keep them all like all their money in the pouches as they are, and just put like their little pouches in my bigger bag. Maybe slide the scimitar like through my belt or just kind of grab them.
You're scared you'll probably catch tetanus if any of these cut you.
Oh no. I'll wrap them up in like, I don't know, part of my coat or something. Because they're probably not sharp enough to cut it. And then can you help me move my token out from under that guy? I can't reach the control key right now. I have a cat on my lap. Thank you. All right. Well, got their stuff. Let's head out. In fact, maybe Kaido, do you want to go on ahead?
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. Go let Mistress Lana and everybody know that I'm gonna hold up my hands in quotes, be like the quote unquote ambushers are on their way. And here, why don't you take these with you and spread them around town? I'll give Kaito the scimitars and like, the pouches of stuff.
I'd probably let Mayor Chungus know first.
Oh yeah, good call. Chungus and Luana. What do you say, Mr. Speedy? Will you go save the town for us? They may not be back. We can pick back up on that when they get back.
We'll figure that out when we have to cross that bridge. So what do y'all's want to do though?
I mean, just kind of redistribute throughout the mole people and start heading back.
All right. This was the second part of the journey. They're out, so yeah. So it would take, let's see, so let's see, I can't remember. Did you wait through no, you left at night or day? Let me check.
Live at night.
Notes, that session. All right. So, yes, so you would essentially get to Delruth almost around evening. I mean, yeah, because you probably hustle a little bit. And nothing really, catches you along the way. It's a pretty quick and, well, quick is a relative word when you have 123 mole people in tow. During the day, oh, so you get there at night. Because as the sun comes up, the mole people get, slower and slower. The sun is very bright for people who live underground. So basically, it takes you the full cycle to get there. So I'd even say you probably get there almost near morning. So like late evening, early morning. Just on account of the mole people having the sunlight sensitivity and traveling above ground during the day, and that slows you guys down a good bit. You probably have to like put like cloth and stuff over their heads and leathers and stuff to kind of shield their eyes, and maybe even like kind of sort of makeshift blindfolds to just sort of help with it. So it's pretty slow going. But regardless, the end result is the same. It's just the time of day is the factor here. There it is. Getting the map here. Just takes a second to
So if
load
we're
it.
getting back to town, Bryce is gonna. I'm assuming because we were all kind of split apart, and Bryce was, I think, in the middle, sort of section with Scooter. He's gonna leave Scooter there to kind of keep walking with everybody, but he's gonna split off and run into town. Even though he's probably the slowest of all of us, and well, before he takes off, he's gonna kind of start breaking off and, Franklin, tell me like 2 or 3 things that you guys all really like to eat.
Let's see. Bugs, grubs, stuff in the caves, sometimes mushrooms. Cave mushrooms. There's a lot of bats, so we make bat stew and rat stew and other rodent stews, and then we can add some bugs to them for extra flavors.
This is okay. He's in, Bryce is gonna he's like backstepping a little bit, and he's just gonna turn and run off. And he's gonna go to the tavern, I guess. Here we go.
So as you guys approach, you're immediately greeted by a couple of chili dogs, and they see mole people, and they seem like they start to like bare fangs and growl a bit, and cut them off.
Price is gonna like scurry by. Like, Scooter, you know what to do. Scooter's just gonna widen out his wings and just like stand up, just really tall, very menacingly, and just look down at the chili dogs. As Price is running down the street, he's gonna whistle really loud and just yell, "Food time!" He's gonna stop right here at the end of the street, and he's gonna turn around and it's kind of like here.
You hear the sound of padded
shit.
feet just running down the street. Like you turn around and you see like all the chili dogs and the I can't remember what the name of the other one was. 2 chili dogs and something else. I gotta look in the notes. 2 chili dogs and a hot dog. Just
Oh,
barreling
shit.
down the street. Like
He's gonna
you
get
you just said you want to go for walkies, and they are
Right.
just whatever they're doing has no meaning in life other than to go on a walkie.
He's gonna like slide between the cart and the wall here, just to kind of try and create some space and slip inside. And he's gonna put a coin on the table. His fingers just like pressing the coin on the table. I need 2 big charcuterie boards, please.
The coin disappears, and charcuteries appear.
Ooh, okay. He's gonna pick one of the platters up and he's kind of holding it back away from him. All right. If you want food, you gotta give me a space.
The door is completely crowded.
Let's see. Where is it? I'll cast Speak with Animals.
Can use any of the
So Price is gonna like
actions.
clear his throat. I said, give me some space if you want some food. Thank you. Price is gonna walk right over here and he's gonna set this platter down. Now hold on. Wait. And it's like as soon as the platter touches the ground, he's gonna jump out of the way. Get it.
Swarm.
Walkies and a plate of meat. I mean, can't get better than that.
He's gonna sneak back in here. He's gonna put another coin on the table, and just kind of not mutter under his breath, but just he's saying it quietly, just so that hopefully that they stay distracted with their current food. Can I get like a vat of some sort of like bat and rat stew with grubs and bugs in it, and maybe some cave mushrooms, like all the really good stuff.
And you're putting another coin on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the 2 here.
All right. So you put a coin, and as per, usual, it disappears in the blink of an eye. Just whoop. And in front of you is, so you said a vat.
Yeah, picture like a big cauldron or something.
Let's see. So I would say a. All right. So what was your exact words?
I said a vat of rat and bat stew with some grubs and bugs and a little bit of mushrooms.
Okay, so a vat of rat and bat stew. Okay. So what appears in front of you looks like a cauldron. However, it when you investigate a little further, it seems more like almost like leather more than it is like metal. Almost like a water skin in a sense. And there's definitely something sealed inside of it, but it has like a lid on it, like a cork kind of thing, kind of like a lid / cork, something to hold whatever liquids in. And when it appears, the like water skin pouch-esque of whatever, kind of, it deflates a little bit, like gravity's taking hold, and whatever's inside is filling the space, as it were. Almost like watching a water balloon settle on like a tabletop.
Right. Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I'm gonna be okay. Just gonna grab this thing and probably like you're saying, I'm picturing just like a big old balloon filled with water. He's just gonna kind of awkwardly slump it over his shoulder.
And you can give me a nature check, by the way.
Okay.
A 10 is all you really needed. So as you're touching this, like, picking this sack up and basically becoming Price a claws. I mean, you got the pointy hat. Now you got the big old sack of loot over your shoulder. You have the reindeer named Scooter. You have the sled, which is wagons that you make. I mean,
it's all lining up. Yeah.
Yeah. You are very much aware that this water skin filled with whatever liquids inside is made of bat leather.
Oh, that's good. Let's see. I'm going to, and I think because of my feet, I get advantage on stealth checks. I'm gonna do a stealth check to see if I can sneak out of here without the wolves looking up and following me back down to the mole people.
I mean, you have advantage anyway because they're distracted with the charcuterie boards.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Well, at least it wasn't a natural one.
It almost was, yeah. He's gonna try and sneak out.
when the natural one was almost your roll.
Yeah.
So the doggos seem preoccupied.
Okay.
But you do hear the sound of like clackety clack on like the stone, and it gets louder and louder. Jeb approaches.
Oh Bryce is just gonna he's gonna slink really close to the wall and try and sneak between the cart and the wall.
Alright.
And as he sees Jeb, if Jeb sees him, he's gonna point to the charcuterie board, and speak with animals should still be up because it's over 10 minutes. And so if he's seen, he's gonna point and say, Jeb, there's food over there. Fresh meat.
All right, and you continue forward.
Yeah,
5,
he's gonna
10,
keep
15, 20,
scooting.
25, 30, 35, 40, 5, 10.
Oh. Gonna get around the
So-
corner.
So, almost like a horror movie, like you just barely squeeze into the gap between the wagon and the wall as Jeb approaches.
Oh no.
But then he stopped there and turns to the charcuterie board.
Okay. I was gonna say if he was still on my trail at all, I was gonna press the digitation, the charcuterie board, to make it smell even better than it already does. All right, so he's still sneaking in now. If he gets around this corner, he's probably gonna look back and see that all the animals are distracted eating, and try and just break out into a full sprint just to get back to everybody. Oh, oh, oh! I almost tripped on the way here. Here, Franklin. Is actually quite literally exactly what I asked for. So I'll work on that. But there should be some stew in there, some food. If you want to take a look and maybe, I don't know if you guys have spoons, but we could get you situated over in the tavern. Probably not a good place to go immediately right now because, and he's gonna look at the rest of the group. The chili dogs and Jeb are over there chowing down. So
We can
maybe
Um, we'll find a place to not impose.
what if we sneak around up this way somewhere and get up to the guild mistress or the mayor? Because we have a lot to talk about with both of them probably.
It'd be good to introduce you to everybody.
Well, I don't think all 120 two of us are, well, 3 including me, of course, but 122 other people.
And he looks at like the narrow streets.
Have space. We could.
And
Say
then
no
he
more,
turns around and
Franklin,
talks to a
the
couple of people.
church. Go ahead, sorry.
We could make a hovel nearby. I mean, we're
What-
really
hold
tired.
on.
It was a long walk.
What about over here? We had kind of like a makeshift sort of medical station up up over here. If you come look and see if this is enough room for you all.
Where's my token?
Also, the door's in a really safe place, so people aren't just gonna walk in all the time. He's gonna show them this building here.
I thought I had a token for him.
And as they walk along, if anybody wants to follow them, as people are walking in, I'll point to where they went. Be like, just go right down this alleyway and loop around, and got a spot for you guys. You'll see Franklin in there, like directing traffic.
All right. So Franklin will follow you. Maybe I named it something different.
Well, that definitely seems like a lovely church, but I don't think we could fit everybody's in there.
Well, we have a lot of buildings.
2, 3, 4,
This might be the one that's
28.
Well,
Less than
the
that.
most prepared for you.
Like I said, we could just make a holes nearby and settle in for a little bit instead of taking up all your space.
As he would take note of goblins roaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that for the time being, I'm sure that'd be all right.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this,
And he holds his claws up,
but we're really good at digging.
and then he
Oh.
wiggles them.
Well, yeah, I'll leave you to that. Do you wanna maybe personally go with the? I think Altani was gonna be going and talking with the guild mistress. I'm not sure if you all have met, but she's the one that sent us out to help you.
I've heard of her through name and message.
Well, how about we go say hello?
Properly say hellos. Because it was kind of her that we had to send the message to get somebody to investigate the weird whisperings in our homes before everything went gold crazy. Weird stuff was happening before everything got really super mega out of hand.
I believe it. So you wanna go say hello to Luana?
Yeah, just give me a minute.
And he meanders back to the crowd of mole people that look pretty worn, pretty tired. And the TLDRs, he's telling them to go out just a little bit and set up another underground caravan so they're not in the sunlight when the sun does come. And with 123 people, that's not going to take too long. But he's just telling them giving them orders.
Sounds good. Yeah, so I'm assuming he'll do that, and then we'll probably like walk back to the group once he's mentioned that. Kind of delegated.
Gotta go.
I think they're gonna make a little hole just right outside the town, and just as like a temporary sort of place for them to get some rest during the day.
To whomever, maybe. You know what? Scooter's gonna look at you and nod as if in total agreement or plotting your demise, whichever one comes first, I guess.
Um,
All right, so what's everybody else doing in the meantime? Because I'd say Price like walked off because there was time for him to go get charcuterie boards and acquisition stuff and talk with Franklin. What's everybody else doing as you have just arrived back into Delruth?
Kind of want to go report stuff to the guild leader. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, me too. I figure I'll maybe go grab Franklin and head up there so we can introduce Luana to him.
I mean, I
In
wouldn't
person.
grab him, but ask him to come with us.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm making it. Sorry.
And what's Vimac doing?
If nobody's gone to tell Mayor Chungus, I will go do that.
All right. So we can probably do the Mayor Chungus thing first. Because I'll probably be a little bit quicker. Unhide his token.
I'm just staged at the guild mistress's door for when it's our turn.
So Mayor Chungus is probably in his house, and
Okay.
there's still a few people out. The buildings do look a little more built up, not complete, but they've definitely had time to put in some work without, a storm or a goblin raid or a game of ambush that may or may not come to pass. But yeah, like I said, there's usually people out and about, but he is not outside anyway. But you're at his house.
Okay. Mayor Chungus? Are you there?
Some of the people roaming around would just be like, yeah, he's here. He's inside.
Do I just go in?
I mean, that's what we've been doing.
Okay. No. Open the door and step through.
And inside, you see a rather rotund-looking familiar face sitting on a couch that is extremely large, definitely suited for an ogre, and it looks very comfortable for an ogre. And there's like 10 people also sitting on this couch because it is also sized for an ogre. And he's just having a conversation with them, and they're drinking like tea. And he is being respectful in making sure that he's not wearing a loincloth while he's sitting down. He actually has like shorts.
I will wait for an opportunity.
How long do you want to wait?
Oh, for like a break in their conversation.
All right. We're just going to go with yeah, sure.
So, Mayor.
Oh, yes.
Hi, I'm Vimac. I know of you, and when I was briefed on my replacement mission to be here, so we were sent off to help save the mole people, and when we got there, they were in dire straits, and we have brought them back because they were not going to be able to survive in their caves. We also ran on the way back. We ran into some goblins playing the ambush game.
Oh, the
And
ambush game.
they might be sent here to ambush us. So we might want to tell the residents of what is going to be happening and let them be aware that we are gonna distribute a cheap items so that people can, if they aren't strong enough, they would bug to be to ambush the goblins, they can use these cheap items to give to them so they make them feel better. So I think we were gonna probably drop those off somewhere toward the guild hall. So just wanted to let you know so you could spread the word or tell the appropriate people that we might have some more new goblins around, and the guild might have a way to assist people with that. And that was all.
I was unaware we needed to put together an ambush team. Ah. What interesting timing.
And he slaps his gut and it undulates a little bit.
Well, I'll definitely have to talk to some of the goblins. We need, if we're going to be participating in the ambush games, that's a big deal around here.
Yeah, and if I'm around while these ambush games are, count me in.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The people sitting around him have no idea what he's even talking about. Maybe one or two might. And they look a little concerned. But he is all for it.
Oh, and I think Gnome, our goblin adventurer, is I think he has aspirations of us winning this year, so we might have to put a pretty good team together.
I mean, who doesn't want to win?
The goblins that try to ambush us, I don't know. They might want to win, but they know they're not going to, so.
I wouldn't say that. Which tribe was it?
Oh, I can't remember. They didn't seem too intimidating at all, so.
Any familiar markings, or any markings that they may have been wearing on their persons?
I do not recall, but most goblins look very similar to me. I haven't
So
been around them long
OOC,
enough.
canonically, you would, I think, know because Price and Gnome were talking about it, and Gnome knew who they were.
I
think.
wasn't around when they were talking about it,
Oh, okay, never mind. JK. then.
and I haven't been around goblins much, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. But didn't they say it when, like, when you were standing next to me as well with that first group of goblins, the one that you gave your sword to? They said we're from like
No.
the something something. No, okay.
We were split off. Gnome was over on the one side of the map, and we
No,
were on the other.
I know, but because I was the first one to encounter the goblins, so I think they had announced themselves when that group was there, and you had come up but like before you had given one your sword. I thought that they had.
I
had
wasn't
mentioned
close
it.
enough for Gnome's conversations.
Not near Gnome. You're not hearing me. You and I were near a group of goblins
Hmm.
that announced themselves.
I was not there.
You were right next to me. It was right before you gave them your sword.
I don't recall them announcing, so.
Well, one way
Okay.
or the other. Gnome and Price have that information. And it's been a full day, so I highly doubt they wouldn't have told you. Unless they were trying to keep it a secret, I guess. But I don't know. I guess I'll leave that to Price. Who stepped away, I think.
Well, by the way, I'll have to get a team together quickly. Oh, how exciting. Oh,
and he slaps his gut again. and takes
I
another
will-
sip of tea.
I will leave you to it and enjoy your tea, and then show my way out or show myself out.
All right. So while you were doing that, Kaito and Altani were, and I think Bryce were heading to Luana. And there you are.
Perfect. So I'll assume that we have Franklin with us. So I'll knock on the door. Knock, knock.
Come in.
Hello. We finally made it back.
Wonderful. I take it
And
you have good news.
well, it's a mixture of news. Some of it good. Good news is that we have brought Franklin and his people here, the survivors anyway. And they'll be digging themselves a small hovel just outside of town here because it doesn't
Sur-
look like we're going to have enough room.
Survivors. I'm curious to hear
Yes.
your reports. Sounds like something interesting transpired.
Definitely interesting. Creepy and also a fair amount of disgusting in some areas. We're not really sure yet what exactly caused the massacre, but some infernal creatures were there. There was this bone creature that had sliced up a bunch of mole people and left that all their pieces in one of the homes. It was absolutely atrocious. But that was being guarded by imps. And the bone thing had created this bone room underground. And we don't know if there were also like skeletons coming out of the tunnels, and it was a mess. As we went further down one of the tunnels as well, we also found this fortress with this ginormous, like a probably some sort of a giant, but it was decomposing pretty good. Um, and also there were something in there that was causing like some whispers in my mind, some type of a psychic attack, but we weren't able to fully resolve everything. So we wanted to make sure that we got Franklin here and his people out safely and let you know what was up because we're gonna need some help. This was a lot. And I'm like throughout trying to tell her all of this, I'm kind of like gesturing and there's lots of hand movements kind of describing everything and I go into some more detail kind of as we go, but yeah, TLDR went through all the highlights.
And is Kaito just
And
behind you flexing?
yeah, what you doing, Kaito? Coming on in? While they make their way in, I'll introduce Franklin and our mole person of the hour. Franklin, this is Luana, our guild mistress. So you can come to her if you need anything or have questions if you can't find us. But she's a font of information. And she, as you know, she was the one who sent us over to assist.
Ah, so you're the guild mistress lady that we sent the assistance letters and stuff to. Okay, I see. Pleasure to meet you.
And he waddles up to her and just shakes her hand without not the most elegant, but he, customs may be a little different in in mole people to Delruthian.
Pleasure to meet you. And thanks for all the assistance you sent. Cause we probably would have been goners if it wasn't for them showing up and helping to save our little village. And it's really sad that we lost so many people, but we got who we could, and we're gonna make good on what's everything you've done for us.
And Luana's just quirking a brow. No worries, no worries. It is, after all, what we are here to do. The guild is always reaching out to be of assistance. And then she'll look over to Kaito and Kalia. Isn't that right? And
That's
she
right.
smirks a little bit.
Absolutely. And I'll kind of salute.
Oh, I saw it. Kaito unmute.
He said yes, ma'am. Did it not come through?
Oh, I heard you.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Okay. Well, it seems as though you've earned yourselves both a payment and a bonus for having further delved into this scenario.
Oh, that's so
But
generous. Thank you.
I would also say you've probably also earned yourselves a night's rest.
Oh, yeah, that'll be nice. We've been up for a while.
Wonderful. And she snaps her fingers, and the spider lady turns to a cabinet, reaches inside, and then opens it, reaches inside, closes it, and puts a bag of as best as you could tell, it sounds like coin on the table.
We told the guild mistress about the thing at the cloud giant thing.
I did.
Okay.
And I think once we get the mole people settled in, we can come back and get more information.
We still
And
have to go to the monastery too.
we do. So I'll pull out my journal and show the sketches I made to Luana to give her a more effective idea of what we ran into. Show her the sketch of the bone guy and the cloud giant as it was described to us by Clem and Vimac. The walls and the creature as described to us by Price that had been hiding in that hole in the ceiling.
A slew of mysteries, to say the least.
And we haven't even gotten over to the monasteries, Kaito said. Which we might want to go check in with them and then loop back, unless you have information on this cloud giant zombie and underground fortress.
Considering
But
you've
I think
just provided me this information, I can safely say we are in the same boat of knowledge acquisition.
very good. Well, we'll rest up, get some food, and get these guys settled. And then we'll plan to head out to the monastery and follow up with them before following up on that fortress. I mean, they are, battling monks, right? From what Kalia had told me. And she'll kind of flip through the journal to some of the earlier pages. So, if anything, maybe they can help us with that fortress or they might know something about it. But until then, I'm gonna get some food and some shut eye. Franklin, was there anything else that you wanted to ask about?
Um, what's that?
And he points to the Drider.
It's a who.
Oh, no. It's not an owl.
No,
No, the
she's
right
a
question
friend.
would be, who's that? That is a person, just like you.
Oh.
Remind us your name, Lady Drider.
She doesn't. She purposefully does not mention her name.
Well, there you go. Definitely a who, not a what, but keeps to themselves.
Ah. And he waddles up to her.
In that case, you're pretty.
Oh, you charmer. Like, come on, let's get you settled. You can flirt with the Drider later.
Okay.
He
After we get
waddles
some
out after
rest.
you.
As long as the Drider's okay with that, that is. And I'll give her a wink as we leave.
I win,
Oh, we're
Kendra. I
leaving,
win.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to ask her something more, I'm going to go get some food and show Franklin where the tavern is.
That's
So
fine.
I'll come take a peek over here, look down. Are the chili dogs still chowing down outside the tavern, or have they wandered off?
Let's see. In the time that it would have taken you to have that conversation, they would have devoured the charcuterie and be roaming.
Okay. So I'll take Franklin down, be like, I'll show you where you can get some food. Just follow me down this way. And, don't mind Jeb over there. Mostly friendly raptor. Hey
What's a
there, Jeb.
raptor?
Big lizard. And I'll pull some
Oh.
jerky out and toss it over to Jeb. Be like, who's the good boy? And give him some jerky and pet him on the head. Be like, Jeb, this is Franklin. Franklin is a friend, not food, okay? Good boy.
Jeb does not
I'll just
acknowledge anything other than food.
fair. So we'll just keep walking, but I'll probably keep my body between Franklin and Jeb just to be on the safe side. Then they'll be like, and in here.
That's a small cave lizard.
Oh, is that what they are?
I've seen big lizards.
I wonder if he'll get bigger then.
I don't know. Weirdest cave
Well, I
lizards
guess
I'd
we'll
ever
see.
seen. And I
And
know
how
this
big do the
because I live in
Yeah?
caves.
Well, I mean, that does make sense. I can imagine you've probably encountered a lot of different animals that we haven't really seen.
He nods.
Clearly, because we are experts in underground explorations.
That tracks. Especially with those mighty claws you have. I bet you're really good at digging.
Among other things, and he holds up his claws and waggles them. And it does like the jazz hands.
Well, you got to check this out. So, this is really cool. I hadn't really seen one of these working. I'd heard of them, but hadn't actually seen them until I got here to town. But you're in for a treat. Do you have a coin that you could spare? I'll show you how the tavern works.
Not really.
No, that's okay. We can use one of mine, and I'll grab one of my. I'll grab a gold and put it down on the counter. Be like, okay, so you got your money, and we'll get you some. Some more, so you guys can. Don't worry about money otherwise around here. We'll get you taken care of. So you just take your coin and you put it on the counter here, and then you tell the counter what you'd like to eat. So go right ahead. You order whatever you'd like. Just speak it out loud.
Well, the stuff that Mr. Price gave us was pretty tasty. Bug and bat stew.
All right.
And I'd definitely
One bug
say
and bat stew coming up.
when Price offered that to people, like they did eat it, but there's only so much a gnome can carry to feed 123 people.
Right? Yeah. Like, all right, some bug and bat stew fit for a king.
So a whole pot appears.
There we go. Um, and I'll look around, maybe like look for a stack of bowls or something I can grab. You like, why don't we take this to your group and get you settled in, get your
You
bellies full.
you might want to have them line up and then
Oh,
come get
yeah.
their food and then take it outside. So then the next person, so it doesn't get so crowded in here.
I mean that's a great idea. Well, Vimac, do you wanna take over organizing that and I'll send them your way?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean,
Franklin, glad to have you in
there's
town.
there's a wagon right outside. We could just load up a wagon and bring it to them while there's making the temporary hovels.
That works too. We will need somebody to pull the wagon though. Uh, Vimac, would you be willing to do the honor? I'll help get it loaded up.
Okay.
Thank you. All
You
right.
probably
So
want to get this by the barrels and then just bring extra bowls.
yeah, I'm thinking a couple giant pots would do. So I'll carry this one out and be like, come on, Franklin, why don't you kind of sit in the wagon and keep this upright and I'll go get some more. So put that in, come back in, I'll put another gold down on the counter, be like, as much fine bug and bat cave stew as you can give me on the table. In barrels or something easy to serve many. We got to feed over 120.
Trying to move the mayor. And you can hear the sound of rumbling from down the street.
Oh my. Peek my head out, be like, oh, it's just the mayor. Okay, I was really wondering what was going to happen there. And I'll peek back in. Is there any more stew?
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Okay. I'll grab the rest and grab all the stuff that we need and load up the wagon there. All right. Let's head out.
All right. So while you're doing that, what's Kaido and Price doing? I saw Kaito roam over there.
Probably. Well, I didn't really move my token, but at this point, probably would have noticed everyone coming from Luana's place. So would have gone over there to see what was going on, and then yeah, Price had the thought of trying to get a little bit of food for him when we first got here, but had the intent of also like Altani was showing him the tavern, and so he'd probably be helping get that situated, get food packed up, and utensils and all those sort of things. Let's see. So it's morning, right? It's like becoming morning.
Well, when you got in, it's becoming morning, but through all these activities, it's morning now.
Okay. So Price might, especially if Kaito walks up, he might look over at Kaito and say, "Oh, should we go talk to Glorb and see if he's made any progress on um figuring out some of the stuff that we brought him, and then also maybe see if he needs anything."
Could be a good idea.
He was asking, he needed time, but we just brought, and I don't know how much help they're going to be in a workshop per se, but we just brought 123 more people, so some of them might be able to help him.
Possibly, if they had any Smiths in the group. It's one way to find out.
Yeah, let's go see.
So you would see Altani and Vimac loading up a wagon with barrels of something. As you're making your way
What's with
by.
the barrels?
I need Tums. I think he was asking you guys.
What was that?
What's with the barrels?
Oh, food for all of the mole people.
Ha.
Oh. Do they need anything else that we might be able to bring them?
I'm sure we could ask them and give them some of the stew.
Well, I mean, should we, Franklin? You guys need anything else?
Oh, you asking Franklin?
Yeah.
A home
Oh, well,
that's
I mean,
not
like,
infested with bone things that try to kill us and chop us up
yeah.
and grab us through the walls.
Okay. So number 1 on the list. And then we got food that we're gonna bring to you. Do you need any other supplies, like, currently?
Like bedding or washing supplies or anything like that.
He quirks a brow at washing supplies.
What's that?
Like cleaning things. I mean, I suppose it's different in every culture. Just trying to think of stuff that maybe you didn't have a chance to grab or needed more of.
How about foods to start?
We definitely got you handled there. We'll get these over to your people and get them grubbing.
Wait, nope, that's not a proper entrance for him. You hear a window shatter. Ooh. You need something lifted? Flex is here.
Oh, hey, Flex.
Ugh. Ugh.
Maybe. Do you want to flex and help lift some bowls of food to the hungry mole people?
His eyes widen at the thought of having a long-term task of flexing and showing off his mighty muscles and conveying his truly impressive feats of strength.
And as they're digging out their temporary home, maybe you can, assist by helping them carry giant chunks of stone and earth and help them clear out the space. I bet they'd be really grateful.
Flex has got you covered. Hoo. He goes in and grabs 2 barrels, which, these barrels are meant for medium creatures, and he has like 1 in each hand. Like, these barrels are bigger than he is. And you can see
Good
like
ol'
all the
Flex.
veins like in his arms. Like at this, like I guess to paint a picture of Flex, imagine like a bodybuilder just completely just caked up, but as a goblin. So like
Roided
his
out
upper torso is like
goblin.
twice the size of like his lower torso, if not 3 times. Like he's a mountain of muscle for a goblin.
Believe it.
And you can see, like, as he carries these barrels out, he has like 1 balanced on each hand, and you can see like, the veins in the muscles just like bulging as he's just, you see the beads of sweat on his brow, and he's loving every second of it. This is his whole spiel. You leave it to Flex. And he starts loading barrels.
Well, in hands from them.
So that happened.
Price is gonna jump off a scooter and squeeze over to here, and he's gonna go inside to talk to Glorb.
He's busy working.
Glorb, how's it going?
Glorb work hard. Glorb getting much done.
Oh, good.
Glorb still need time.
Yeah, we're working on that too. Hey, I don't know if you need some extra hands around the shop, but there's a whole bunch of mole people that just came back to town with us, so they might be able to help in some way.
Glorb did fix extra hands. Flex no like though.
Well, just more things that Flex can carry.
Yeah, Flex like carry. Flex carry a lot. Flex helpful. Sometimes not. And he points to the shattered window. That it looks like there was like a couple of boards on the window, and he just broke through that too.
Bryce is gonna see that, and yeah. He's gonna reach up and he's gonna touch it, and he's gonna cast mending and see if he could fix it.
The breaks are more than one. Was it 1 inch breaks? I think.
I think it's 1 foot by 1 foot. It's a small area.
Okay, as long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension. Typically, rule is written, no, but rule as fuck it in this circumstance, sure.
All right. I mean, Flex is gonna jump through it again anyway. It's kind of
That's
moot,
exactly
sort
why
of.
I'm allowing it, because it won't last
Yeah.
long.
So did you make any sort of headway on some of the things that we brought? Yeah, I think we all might have brought a few things to you to look at. Also, I think you put a lava ruby in the forge.
Oh yeah.
And then he turns and stares into the forge.
Oh yeah. I'm assuming that like Vimac and Altani and maybe Kaito are like helping Flex load things up, and so it's not like quiet out there per se, but maybe with like passive perceptions, eventually they just kind of might realize that it's gone quiet inside the shop.
If I heard like everything just suddenly went quiet, probably gonna get curious and come on in. Be like, what are you guys? Wait, where's that's not the door. Like, what are you guys doing? Like,
Howdy,
oh,
come here, look at this.
oh wow. I just start staring into the fire and into the forge.
It'll be done any moment.
Any minute.
Any moment now.
As a third comparator joins the arena of the forge staring.
Just need time.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost done, right?
So close.
So how did your campaign end in D&D? You guys got like party wiped or no, we all started staring at a forge and just
With
that
a
was it?
lava ruby
That was the end.
till the end of time.
The hypnotic lava ruby in a forge.
So little did we know this was the big bad.
Just too hypnotically good.
And Glorb eventually like snaps out of it.
Oh yeah, but Glorb at least get rest off this.
And he hops down off the forge,
hmm?
sifts through a pile of stuff, and then holds up a sword.
Oh, is that the one that wait, did Bald bring it in?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That was the one that Vaughn brought in. Should we
7
show that
levels
to
later.
Vimac? Yeah.
Oh, well, isn't Vald the one that left about when I got here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like he had to go somewhere and since Vimac showed up as his kind of like replacement sort of deal.
Oh, nice. Maybe Vimac can use it then. I'll give one last glance to the ruby in the fire and just shake my head like, no, this is way too good to watch. I gotta get work done.
This is the equivalent of Glorb inventing television.
Right? Definitely.
Goblin television. GTV. So what else did they give him? They gave him the rusty sword.
Well, I guess we could all get some rest. Or you want to show Vimac that sword?
Oh, sure. I'll gently pick it up. Like, this is looking pretty nice. You did great work, Glorb.
Glorb know this.
Thanks to this, and then
Yeah.
he points at the forge and goes and starts to stare at it again.
As I walk out, I'd be like, man, Vimac, did you know they got a lava ruby in there? It's in the forge. It's beautiful.
Lava
And
ruby?
I just kind of like zone out for a minute when I mention it. I shake my head, be like, yo, yeah, I guess something the price found, but I guess they're baking it. I'm not really sure, but it's really beautiful. Oh, but anyway, Glorb said that your friend Val had dropped this off to be cleaned up, and since Val's not here, is this something you could use? And I'll hold up the sword.
Sure.
Nice. Well, enjoy. Now I'm gonna go grab a bite and get a nap. So I will go in and request some food. Be like, how about let's see, nice juicy steak and I don't know, green salad. Got to keep it balanced. I'll grab my food, grab a pint, and go sit down cross-legged in front of the fire and eat and stare into it while thinking about the ruby.
You have like a salad with some tomatoes in it, and you're just like envisioning like the tomatoes are little rubies.
That's right, exactly. And how delicious those rubies would be. Forbidden tomato, forbidden fire tomato. Then eventually, when I finish eating, I'll put the dishes and stuff where they need to go and come back, cross my legs, sitting on the floor, leaning against the wall, and just kind of fall asleep in front of the fire.
Sword. Okay. This one is
Well, I think we should probably get some food and then get some rest. And then we'll see what we want to do what I was gonna say in the morning, but that'd be right now.
So
All
I
right.
guess the question will be, well, first let's see what. So was Kaido doing anything while all this was going on?
I don't know. Sorry.
Alrighty.
Or is the question, would Kaido like to have been doing anything while we were doing this? I will take that as a done at the moment. Oh, no. So I take it Kaido just being a good Samaritan all around and helping everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, yeah. So as you were presenting that question, heavy-set footsteps mosey on up to Mr. Price.
So, you happen to have one of those fancy new wagons ready?
I'm assuming before Chungus says anything, it's just Bryce is standing there looking at Vimac and Kaito, and he's just kind of looking. He's, why is it getting dark all of a sudden? Oh, he's standing in Chungus's shadow. I've been working on one. Um, I don't suppose we told you. So the last one, um, it either was destroyed or flew away, kind of like Mary Poppins in a storm. Um, Here, let me see what I can do. He can walk over here. He's gonna set his briefcase down and crawl into it. And he had been doing some work on it, but I don't know that it had been enough to build a new one yet.
Definitely really have not really had the downtime.
He's gonna pop his head back out. I'm still working on it. Yeah, how about I do that right now? He's gonna scamper back down in there. You'll probably just see the lid just kind of like flop closed.
All right, very well. I understand Miss Luana has had you going out and about a lot, so he hasn't really had much time to do much crafting. Understandable.
And he goes right here and sits on a bench, and it's a stone bench. And for just a moment, you feel sorry for that stone bench. But it doesn't break. But you feel like any minute now, because he is, after all, a large creature, and he definitely fills the space. So, I guess the question here will be, do you guys want to, like, just rest till the evening, or have it be just a day of hanging around Delruth and then wait till evening and then rest and properly reset your sleep schedules, as it were?
Yeah, I will tough it out to rest at night.
Yeah, at this point, given the prompt there from the mayor, Price is going to be working on a wagon probably a good bit of the day, and and he'll probably have Scooter, to the best of his ability. Hopefully, he's not getting distracted. Help with help Vimac and Kaito and Flex like get all the supplies loaded up in the wagon, and probably if it's, let's say, maybe it takes a couple trips or something like that. The Scooter will be hopefully helping with that.
Altani's gonna take a food coma nap and then get up and help the mole people get settled in, doing whatever needs to be done. Running trips with Mac and Price and Kaito, or running whatever little errands they need run to help get them all settled in.
All right. I'd imagine Kaito's probably helping move wagons because Kaito loves moving things.
That works. Yeah. Sorry.
And yeah, so pretty much it's a relatively uneventful day, as the mole people are getting settled in. They managed to carve out a little hovel for themselves. Nothing too deep, nothing too close to the town. Yeah, with 123 people that all have the ability to dig, they're able to carve something out for them to safely inhabit. It's not, it's not going to be luxurious. It's not going to be spacious. It's enough to work. So that's pretty much what the mole people are going to be spending the day doing, especially during the day because the sun is out. So they definitely want to get that done because sun and them not having the proper attire to not be blinded by the light is useful to them. And as day turns to night, obviously the mayor's not going to stay on that bench all day. So he's going to eventually get up. Actually, no, he's going to go nab a snack and then head back up to, his house. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. And oh yeah, the morning. Oh yeah, I forgot about another morning routine. Another morning character. Ooh, damn you. You would see that crusty old Aarakocra as you guys are loading stuff. Just walk in, pour himself some alcohol, and just do what he does. Unless anybody want to interject. Dang it, mouse. Stop it. Instead of precision movement, I'm just going to move him where I want him to be. Gotta do that. So yeah, day turns to night. The mole people have gotten their whole little thing set up for the most part. The barrels have been transported, so they have food. Yeah, I guess at this point, nighttime comes, and unless was there anything anybody want to do at night?
Sleep.
Yeah, I second that.
All right. And what did you have Scooter doing throughout the day?
He was helping everyone with like moving the supplies and just picture, like trying to be helpful, but eventually he'd probably come over and just sit by the briefcase on guard duty.
Intelligence 6. He remembers one thing you tell him to do, and then he goes and sits back down.
Okay.
They're not known for being work creatures.
He probably like saw the mayor going and sit on that stone bench. He went up and sat on the other side.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys get to finally, at long last, get a full rest in. I guess again, because I can't remember if you guys did a long rest before you left. But either way, a proper rest in a proper location without worry of having to be a participant of ambush or having to run over bone piles or having your stuff taken by gnolls or being impaled by bone monsters or any of that. You actually get a comfortable night's rest. Now I'll put Flex back in there. Let's see, Jeb would probably be over here. Chili dogs, roaming. So I'm moving a bunch of stuff around the board. Booyogs and gnome. House. Yep, they're out and about. So the next morning rolls around. I think Kaito usually stays in the mayor's house. No. I was put Kaito
Yeah, I
over
think
there.
so. I
Kaito's
guess I
gonna.
would just find
Well,
a room.
we could
right?
say Kaito sleeps in until the person who plays Kaito feels ready to have the character wake up. It was a long day.
Oh. Am I resting? Sorry.
Well, everybody got a long rest in. The evening, a day turned to evening, evening turned back to morning. Nothing really happened.
Was it morning?
Yep.
And our next plan was to go north to the monastery, or are we going back in the hole?
I think that has yet to be discussed.
Okay.
I think I had proposed we go to the monastery, unless Luana is able to get some actionable information on the fortress. I was thinking we go to the monastery first, since they are like fighting monks, that they might have some idea of what it is and might even potentially be able to help us defeat it.
Especially if they're from the area, they might have some
Mhm.
history on it.
Yeah, that's my hope. So that's my thought.
Sounds good
Do
to
our
me.
plans always go according to how we set them? No.
Wait,
but,
we've had plans before? Are you sure? I'm pretty sure we've just been winging it.
but we had the plan to go help the mole people. And then we got sidetracked on a merry chase by, knoll theft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But we should probably make our way to the fortress once the mole people are settled in.
Well, are they settling in town or out of town, or what was the census on that?
Just outside town. They're kind of digging a temporary hovel so we can get something set up for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be
Yeah.
good for those of you that had any important weapons taken that maybe we restock from Orb's Forge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did I have stolen? Dagger.
I mean, it was
handgun,
just like a couple of
crossbow.
small daggers, so that'll be an easy thing to get new of.
My longbow.
My longbow too. I lost 5 fucking things.
Daggers, hand axe, crossbow, scimitar.
Yeah, I lost 5 things. What do I talk to about that? Sorry, I'm just, you know, it's one of those days I just can't wake up.
Time to chug 6 5-hour energies.
Ugh. Let's see, I slept last night, and when I woke up, I was still tired, not feeling good. I took a nap, and I'm still tired and not feeling good. I don't know what's wrong, but I don't know. I'm here. That counts for something.
Might just be a
right?
rest day.
I have no idea.
I periodically need those, where I just need to like not do anything all day. And then I feel better eventually.
Who's waking up first in the morning?
Probably Kaito, because Kaito usually goes for morning run, unless
Yeah.
it's a sleep in day for Kaito. Unless in the fantasy world you get more sleep and rest than you do in real life. 'Cause that's why we play games like this, right? Fantasize about this
I
stuff.
mean,
Oh no, he would always do his morning run.
yeah, I was gonna say he's been getting a lot of leg day from running around. So but that was yesterday.
How do I know where my money is? How much money do I got? Oh, it's right there. I can see it. Okay. Be right back.
Work.
Well, while Kaito is going on his morning run, I will stretch and yawn and stoke the fire up a bit more. Keep it toasty in here. Put down a copper and ask for a tasty pastry. And I'll take my pastry out with me and start checking in with everybody. If this is actually, which I'm not sure if Price is back yet, but kind of as I see the group, I'll start asking them, discuss the whole thing about the option of like monastery or whatever with my proposal. So go around and then maybe go check on the mole people wherever they are. Were they over back this way, or were they up by the mayor's house?
East, they just settled outside of town.
Okay. So I'll just go check in on them, make sure they have what they need. Ooh, and then actually it'll occur to me, I should maybe bring them some breakfast. I'm trying to think like, what would they really enjoy? I'll put down a gold and have my hand on my chin, be like, mushrooms, pastries are good, but we need something savory. Like, all right, I'm put both my hands on the counter, be like, give me 125 mushroom cricket scones, breakfast scones. Something savory and delicious for mole people. And in baskets, please.
Okay, I was about to say, he was about to get scones not in.
I know. I'm glad I thought of that at the last second. I'd be like, I do not need a mountain of scones to just appear and bury me. So I will load up my arms with all of the baskets and waddle my way out.
Well, as many as you
Like,
can,
oh.
because there's 123 of them. You won't be able to carry all of them.
Well, I mean, if the baskets are large enough, I could probably carry like 6 big baskets full. But if not, then I'll grab some and be like, oh, hey, morning, Vimac. Do me a favor and grab the rest of those baskets off the counter and follow me, would you?
Okay.
I'll kind of sniff one. And I did ask for 125 because I wanted to also try one and then have a backup in case somebody else wanted one.
All right, and Kaido's going for the morning run. Oh wait,
Yeah,
AFK.
that's what we're saying. As we're walking, I'll just
Forgot that
small
step away.
talk chat with Vimac. Like, oh, sleep well? Nice to be back in town, huh?
Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
it's
blah.
nice to have an actual rest. I don't think I've had one in how many days now?
I was so tired that I didn't even need an actual bed. I fell asleep in front of the fireplace and it was amazing. Do. Okay.
So that's gonna take you a bit to distribute 124 scones.
Yes. Then we'll check in and see if they need anything, and then we'll come back into town and get what they need. That's what we'll be doing for a while.
All right, and in that time frame, what's Bryce doing? I'd probably say, while inside of your workshop, you worked as long as you could, but you kind of pulled a like fall asleep like on a desk or something, like face down, maybe like an imprint of like a wagon wheel on your face. Like you basically fell asleep at the keyboard at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, he was probably fastening together a couple pieces on one of the wheels and fell asleep. So he'll get up, kind of poke his head out of the briefcase. He'll probably see Scooter just kind of sitting there, like wings tucked in, just looking like a ball of a goose. And he'll climb out, kind of do a big old stretch. Oh, I gotta be careful. Walk over to the tavern, put a coin down and ask for a half a pound of thin sliced ham.
You get exactly what you request.
With the big smile on his face, he's gonna pick up all this ham. And he's kind of like just eating it like one small like thin slice at a time. He's gonna walk out and he's gonna look around. I'm gonna do a perception check just to be fair. The 24. Do I see or hear animals running at me because I have ham in my hand?
Running at you, no.
Okay. So he's looking around because he doesn't want to get ambushed by creatures that aren't playing the ambush game. He's gonna walk back over to Scooter and throw a couple pieces of ham up to him, and then he's gonna climb. Potentially, he's gonna climb back into his briefcase to try and get some more work done. If he looks around and he doesn't see, I'm assuming right now that this wagon isn't here because
No.
they're taking food over.
Well, they're carrying it in baskets, so.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
that wagon also isn't there just because it's a town resource.
Kaito might be running around with it.
Okay, let's see. Can I?
But yeah. Anyway, so he doesn't
There
really
we
see
go.
too many people, and nice. It looks like another opportunity to get some more work done. Especially because he fell asleep while working. So,
So I'd say with that perception, you would have seen Marketh hanging. Like he looks like he's working on like hanging a sign.
So he'd probably he'd get over here and he'd throw a couple pieces of ham to Scooter, and then he'd turn and probably like slowly walk over to Marketh. Hey, how's it going?
It is good today.
You want some ham?
Marketh will accept ham, yes.
Oh, all right. He'll take like a good handful. He's a gnome, so it's, perspective, but he's just handing him like a wad of ham. I don't know if I've ever thought I would say that.
Just making people grab hams. Yeah, he'll take it. Like he's
yeah, he's like offering, just sharing.
I feel like that's the opposite of throwing hands. You're throwing hams. So
Yeah.
instead you're fighting, you're friending. I love it.
Oh yeah. We don't break bread around here. We throw ham.
It gives a whole new meaning to ham fisted though. Okay, I'll stop.
you see him quickly close the door.
Oh shit. How are y'all doing? We hadn't been around in a few days. We were off well, we were doing some errands for Luana.
Oh, the guild mistress.
And you can hear like
Yep.
scratching at the door.
Does Chompers want some food?
Chompers
Here.
always wants food.
He's gonna hand
But
the
he
rest
cannot
of the
have my
ham
food.
over to him. Oh no, here. I'll just get more.
He takes it.
Oh, hold on. What? I mean, it might not make a difference, but does Chomper have a favorite kind of meat?
Chompers will eat anything.
Well, yeah, but
Cooked
I mean,
meat, raw meat. Sometimes I remember it watching chompers catch bird and just eat it.
oh, well, Price is gonna do, what is it? It's prestidigitation that you can make things smell good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
smell.
he'll do that, and just, I mean, he's attempting to just make it smell extra delicious for Chomper's sake.
So some more ham that smells extra good.
Yeah. It's just it's like a fruitless or a fruitful, just he's just trying to be nice.
So Marcus takes that and eats it himself, and then takes the other piece that you gave him and opens
Oh,
the door,
yeah.
chucks it in, and then shuts the door.
Ooh, that's close. Oh, I think the last time we were around, if I'm not mistaken, I might have asked you to look at a jar. It was like a weird looking vial.
I gotta look through notes for that one. Where was it from?
I don't remember where it was from. It was
Jar.
from the. I think all the items that I have were from the
Marcus.
haunted place.
Marketh, shopkeeper.
If I'm not mistaken, like we found a couple chests in there. Or was it I think it was the chests that were in the factory when we were like we were in a cave. We got teleported to the snowy place, and when we went through there, we found a couple chests. I think Price found like 2 or 3 different chests, and I think there was a potion in one of them.
Okay. As long as it's in your inventory, which it is.
Yeah, it's in there. Sorry, I could have just said that.
I was trying to sift through my shopkeeper inventory. I was like, I have potions, but nothing that I have specially marked that you guys gave him. Okay. And that's why, because it's still in your inventory. All right. So yes, through vigorous understanding of alchemical processes. Edit. Identify. It is now
I knew you were the
identified.
one to go to. Nice.
This is what I have been able to come up with. Quite a potent potion. Where did you get it?
Well, we were in a cave, and then there was a weird sort of like pedestal, and well, I'm pretty sure we set some. We opened up a portal, and you know, as one does, and we were in a snowy place. Long story short, there was a haunted sort of what seemed to be abandoned toy factory. It was full of bodies, kind of gross. Um, and yeah, there was 2 or 3 of like kind of chests in there. One of them had been looted, but I believe the person that looted it died. And then there was a few others, and we took that stuff, and we haven't died yet, so that's good. Anyway, I feel like I was kind of rambling, but yeah, there was a whole lot of stuff going on.
Whole lot of stuff going on. Yes, that sounds very much like what adventurers are known to do.
Mm-hmm. He stands up a little straighter.
Cloak billowing behind him.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
through the understanding and learning of this potion, this is not a recipe that we know.
oh, are you able to like to study it and figure out how to make more of them, or is it just really rare?
Well, I'm sure there are many ways to achieve similar alchemical reactions. However, this one is not one we are familiar with.
Oh, I see. Well, so
But
a
we are
question.
also not necessarily locals to this area, so the understanding of what material to use to reproduce this is limited.
Uh, hmm.
Without further study, that is.
I got. You like weird stuff?
That would depend on the stuff.
True. So we were in we were underground recently where we saved the Mo people, and we found like a weird sort of tunnel system underground, and well, we ended up there was a real large building, and out front of it there were statues of what are they? I believe they're cloud giants. You ever heard of them? You know about those?
He shakes his head. I cannot say I have ever met one. I have heard the name as such, but not much else.
Oh, I know one. I don't know if you saw Vimac walking around town, but he's actually, well, he's he doesn't call himself a giant, but he's pretty fucking big. Anyway, I think he's got some sort of relation to it. We saw statues, like I said, underground, and it was weird because we all thought cloud giants would be like up in the sky. Anyway, hey Kaito.
Hey, what's up?
Good morning.
Morning.
Uh,
Just got back from my run.
well, how was it?
Good as any, I guess. Feel like
Well,
a tunnel
you
run
don't
was
have
better.
to guess because you were the one on it.
Fair, but the tunnel run was better.
Oh,
More obstacles.
you know, we could set something up here.
I would not say no to that.
I might have oh, well, Scooter's not very fast. I just thought you could race Scooter, but that'd probably be real
The
boring
last
for
time
you.
that I was in a race where Scooter was sort of involved, we kind of ran him over.
Yeah,
I ran him over.
thought about that. He probably doesn't remember.
That might be a good thing for my sake.
Uh,
Well, so I was just talking to Marcus about well, it's a nice day, and ended up I got a vial of stuff from that toy place, and well, Marcus was able to identify that it's something kind of special, but
You're trying to tell me
apparently-
it's raspberry jam.
oh no,
Okay.
oh, he's gonna look at Marcus. Do you have raspberry jam by any chance? And he's just gonna kind of like, he's facing Markith. I'm assuming Kaito's on his left, and so he's gonna wink at Markith with his right eye.
no, but I know where you can get it. And he points to the tavern.
Oh yeah. Well, this is maybe like some special raspberry jam, and he's gonna hold his hand up to his left cheek just to kind of like shield his mouth from Kaito. I mean, like potions that'll make you feel better.
Oh.
I'm gonna roll a reception to see if I noticed. Hold on. Which one is it? This one. Nope. Every time I roll against Price,
Dude,
it's always
every time.
low. The only time I rolled high is when Price was in danger. That's funny. All right, continue.
But as Price kind of leans in and asks that, he's gonna grab this vial out of his pocket that I'm assuming Markith had just handed him, and he's gonna hold it up to Kaito and kind of like not shake it, but almost just kind of like stir it a little bit, like, if you know what I mean.
You know how people swirl the liquid inside?
Yes, that's what exactly.
Okay.
He's
Okay, I know what
gonna
you're
do
talking
that, and he's gonna show Kaito and just be like, let's see if I can.
It's greenish.
He's gonna. Oh, yeah. I was gonna post it in the chat just so you can see what it is, but I was gonna describe it as well. If I post it, will it use it?
I mean, if it used it, we like you could, even if it does use it, we can just
We'll just
Okay, back.
fix
re-up it.
Okay, it said consume usage. I clicked it off. Okay, so I still got it. So he's gonna kind of like swirl a little bit. So Marcus was telling me that this is super rare, and well, I believe it has something to do with making you really, really strong.
Huh.
I was
How's-
thinking either you or Vimac would probably be able to make some use of it.
Maybe.
I mean, if you don't mind the fact that there's a floating silver fingernail in it.
Don't mind that. It's a
Would I know it's a fingernail?
A floating
no one
silver
actually
thing
tells
in it.
me. Yeah. Do you have to drink the silver thingy in there?
I don't know. Probably. It might just make it. Yeah. Maybe.
Transparent, like okay, a greenish. We can have greenish.
So what exactly is this thing?
Hmm?
What is it?
It's
Exactly.
a potion.
That
Well, it makes you. I think it makes you like really strong for a little bit.
Huh. Save it for a special occasion.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say if I can hold on to it, but like I said, I feel like maybe you or Vimac would probably
I don't know. I'm
maybe
already
need it
kind
at
of
some
strong
point.
as it is.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, so you think it'd be better for someone that's already pretty strong just to make him more strong, or you
Probably
think that
someone with not as strong to make them strong if they need it.
oh, okay. Maybe I'll hold on to it.
Sounds
Maybe
like a
you'll
good idea to
see.
me.
Maybe I'll throw you one of these days.
Or pick up the goose.
Ooh,
Could you imagine
Bryce is gonna
running into battle, your cape going, hands above your head, just holding on to Scooter? That would be a sight.
Bryce just like squints and side eyes the shit out of Scooter as he's tucking this potion back in his pocket.
I feel
Kaido has
I
great
can
ideas.
offer this. If
Hmm?
you are willing to let us study this potion, which it would probably get consumed in the process, but it will add to our knowledge base of how to make potion. Therefore making it something that we can potentially reproduce and
You
sell
know what?
as wares.
Eventually.
I'd probably just hold on to it for a while and knowing that you all can look at it and it's something that you said that you really haven't gotten a chance to research before. He's saying all this as he's grabbing it back out and he's gonna hand it to Marcus. Here, it's probably better off with you. I'd probably just do something very
Goose related.
juvenile and irresponsible with it.
I don't know about juvenile. We all are adults,
I gotta stay young somehow. Well,
right?
but that's why you throw me. I feel like a kid again.
I feel like we need to give a demonstration now. But I won't.
Oh, have you seen that I can fly, Marcus?
No, I cannot say that I have seen this.
Oh, all right. Hey, do you want to have everyone else in the shop come look? This could be pretty fun.
Oh, we're sending the gnome. Oh man.
No, down, Chompers.
Also,
Down. You've already had the meal. Go, go. And as soon as he opens the door, you see Chomper's head like stick out, and he's kind of like Chompers is doing like I want uppies, but it's really like I want food. You know, like
Yeah.
when a cat wants food and it's like clawing at your legs to try and get to it, even though you don't have any.
Fiends. Actually, a friend of mine's cats, whenever they want their wet food, they just start screaming at him. It's crazy.
So the mantis person steps outside, and the turtle sticks his head out the door very slowly,
You ready,
very
Bryce?
sloth-like.
oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna toss him like kind of straight up, and then be prepared to catch him on his way down. Yes. It's sent.
That's also consistent.
It's also
Right?
consistent. So you grab Price, and he goes flying into the air.
And I am prepared to catch him.
The second part is the catching.
Yep.
And that is acrobatics.
Now, since I threw him with the intention of catching, do I just straight roll it, or can I have advantage because I
Disadvantage.
prepared for it?
Scooter's also there, and he may or may not have intent.
I was gonna say I'm rolling for Scooter to see if Scooter can intercept.
I don't think so.
Nah, he does not.
Just nips at he probably the nips at Price, but gets just a bit of the billowing cloak.
Or maybe a shoe.
Yeah.
And that's how gnomes fly. And he'll set Price onto his feet on the ground.
Oh. Just probably see like
Anything new,
Price's
Ruffle?
hair and beard and everything. It's just like kind of frazzled a little bit from flying through the air.
And somehow the
See
whole
anything new?
time, Price's hat never came off. That is certainly light. Yes.
It's alright to call it what it is. It's just falling with style.
Well, if I were to call it what it is, I would say throwing.
I'm throwing. Price is not throwing. He's falling with style.
He is being thrown. Work.
Eh.
Down, chompers. No barking.
Getting me in trouble. Hey. Sorry. I don't think she entirely understands what Dad brought home yet.
Hopefully it
She
wasn't
hasn't
ham.
No, the pupper.
But before back to business. Before
Right.
you give said potion, I would like to inform you that a potion like this is not exactly cheap either, even with discount. I am sure the materials will be, considering the rareness of the potion, it will take a bit of time and resource to make.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we give you this one for study and you manage to duplicate it, can you give the first one free to Price as a repayment for giving you this one?
That seems fair.
What do you think, Price?
Yeah, that sounds good.
And now, when they get around to researching it, another feature of the town building that you guys have not really encountered yet. New mechanic unlocked tutorial.
Nice.
Oh no, tutorials.
Well, a little tutorial pop up. If you allow an NPC to take an item, which essentially, they will consider it like disenchanting, but it will be disenchanting for them to learn a recipe that can then be added to the list of things that they will have available in their shops.
Oh, nice.
It is particularly going to be noticeable for a potion shop because there are a lot of potions in D&D.
Nice.
And as town grows and as, things advance, so too could their potion availability. Also depending on rarity of material and difficulty of acquiring material, but it adds more to the shop than uncommon, common and uncommon things.
Nice.
And they
All
would be
resource
willing to sell
unlocked.
as a discount.
Question, I guess, since this is coming up, and it could be interesting with certain people that have maybe certain backgrounds. I don't know if anyone in the group's like a blacksmith by trade or something, but Price being a druid, and he has an herbalism kit. which allows him to make antitoxins, healer's kits, and potions of healing. Now, granted, we haven't really messed with it because it's the whole crafting system and all that. Hadn't brought it up, but let's say that like we have we have downtime and we're in town. Could I have an option to come and help Marketh with some sort of research based on like having the herbalism kit and maybe do some rolls or something? Like you could figure out how that applies, but like could that be something as well for town building?
Yes, research and development. That's
Nice.
basically what I have this under is research and development of the market.
Cool.
So like I want to start it off with the potion thing because like I said, there are a lot of potion effects in D&D that the players don't necessarily always interact with. So to be able to have those things become available in a market expands the player agency of if they want to get certain potions for certain things, or if there's a quest that you guys are going to go on. It's like, well, we know we're going to be in a situation that, I don't know, say you're going into a volcano, then you could be like, well, the Adventure 4 way back when, we got them, we gave them a potion of fire resistance, so they'll probably have one of those in their shop. Unless, there's a big, they're being sold out, but it becomes things that are available that might not have necessarily been available. Because right now, that their shop is very small. They have limited resources. And so a lot of the stuff that they'll be making is probably going to be common and maybe uncommon kind of stuff. Without proper research and development, I should say.
I'm going to remove that from my inventory because I will hand it over.
A potion of giant strength. Fire giant strength. Potion.
All right.
Okay. Boom. Save. All right. So it would seem we have a deal. You allow us to research this potion and its materials components, and the first one off of our line will be, we will call it reimbursement.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
He claps his hands together. Wonderful. And at that point, what was his name? The turtle whose head's been stuck out this whole time says, "Oh, hello. Nice to see you again."
Likewise.
Hey, what's up, dude? Bryce just like waving.
The said response will come eventually.
Probably when we're no longer here.
Since you're right here, Marcus, am I remembering the name right? It's Marcus.
Marketh, Marketh.
Marketh. Do you have any health potions for sale at the moment currently?
Let me go and see.
Thanks.
So he'll walk inside and come back out. Yes, we currently have had enough time to make, well, I should say, some have sold, so we are already making some profit.
but we currently have 3 available left.
And how much are they each?
We are selling them for 55 gold.
Alright, I'll yank all 3 from you if that's alright.
And how many would you like?
I'll take all 3.
Wonderful.
And
And he'll
you'll hand
point
over
to
the 165
the
gold.
mantis person, and they'll mosey in. You hear some like cabinets opening, some like vials being collected, just like the clinging of like little glass.
Okay, I moved the coins out of my pocket, which he gave to Marcus. I do not know how to add health potions to my sheet, though.
Through the importer pretty much here. So you're getting a 50 gold one. So while we're doing that, what's so Vimac, and we'll shift the camera a little bit. So Vimac and Altani have been distributing scones.
Yeah, it's cricket and cave mushroom scones. Delicious.
Port. So that goes pretty uneventfully. I mean, they're grateful. They're a little tired. They did do a lot of work, but you know, they also had, that was kind of the only thing that they were doing, and there was 123 of them. So
Well, it was nice to check in, make sure everyone's doing okay.
the healing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the potion of healing's stacked when I sent them to you. Perfect. Yeah, they're much more calm than they were on the way over. Like there was a lot of
Understandable.
tension, a lot of stress, a lot of weariness. I mean, considering their situation, they're still not necessarily theming to be completely okay, but you get the
I mean,
feeling
it'll
that
take
there's a
time.
sigh of relief, especially considering you don't speak their language, but just a lot less. The air
Demeanor.
feels lighter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did basically just get them away from essentially a living, breathing horror movie. So, like these poor people have probably been fairly heavily traumatized.
So what do you do after that, though?
Well, come back into town.
Get my
Into town
breakfast.
proper. I will have given you one of the scones, probably before telling you necessarily what was in it.
I was not going to eat it, knowing it was going for the mole people.
Well, no, I asked for extra so that I could have some to try. So it was an extra one.
I think Vimac would have seen like a mandible floating in it.
I mean, crickets just look like, toasted nuts when they're cooked into things. It tastes delicious. Lots of protein for all his muscles.
So do you also go in the tavern, or Vimac looks like he's heading into the taverna?
I'll come in to the center of town.
All right. So you
Kinda
see some kind of
check in.
transaction going on. So Vimac,
Like, oh.
what you getting?
Oatmeal.
All right. So you slap a coin on there and order some oatmeal. Because if you do, then you get what you order.
Yep. plain oatmeal.
This plain old boring oatmeal. That's my breakfast. What's everybody else having? Bat and bug stew, honeyed ham, charcuterie boards. What's Vimac having? Yeah, oatmeal.
Hey, something to be said for the classics.
Mm-hmm. Also, something to be said when the chili dogs are eating more luxurious food than the adventurers. I enjoy trail ration, thank you. Okay. Anywho. So yeah, you get your oatmeal. Nothing stands out. There's nothing weird about it. However big of a bowl you want it to be in, I suppose. So you do that, and Altani, you see the not really commotion, but the gathering of folks pretty much in town.
Oh, well, hello there.
Oh, I didn't see you behind Scooter. Did you
And I kind of
did
like
you get
squeeze my way around him.
did you get to meet these folks yet? I don't know if you did.
Only briefly, before we headed out. I trust you're doing well. I'm gonna turn to the merchants.
Ah, yes. We have just completed a transaction that will be mutually beneficial.
Oh, wonderful. Uh, do, somebody picking up some new potions?
Oh, well, so I guess it was just before you joined us. We had gotten back from a weird little situation, and well, I ended up finding a vial that was like a bunch of green liquid, and there was something weird in there. And Marcus was able to figure out that it was a really special sort of potion that, well, I believe would just make whoever had it really strong, like probably
Hmm.
stronger than you could ever actually be. Um, for a little bit, but Marcus also said that well, he's heard of stuff like that before, but not really seen it, and so if he could analyze it and maybe, you know, like maybe literally, but also metaphorically boil it down to where he could figure out how it's made, then he might be able to make more. So I just decided to give it to him uh, on the accord that if he's able to make one or more, that well, he would get one in return.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Sounds like it's gonna benefit everybody.
I think it'll probably be pretty good. We were thinking that I thought that maybe Kaito or Vimac could use it because they're already pretty strong, and that'd just make them way strong. But Kaito
Wow.
suggested maybe someone that's not as strong, and he kind of like flexes a little bit. Um, could use it, and then I thought it'd be kind of funny if I used it and I threw Kaito.
That would be pretty
But
marvelous.
we could figure out something else to do with it, probably. Anyway,
Well, that
um,
sounds like fun.
they were. I'm not sure if they still have any more stock. Marcus, do you maybe want to let us know what all you have? Altani might want to purchase something. I don't know, or maybe they have something that could help the mole people.
Well, for me, do you have anything that would help strengthen my mind against like psychic attacks and creepy whispers?
Hmm. That sounds like something that would be pretty rare.
Hmm. Well, if you're currently in the market for making stuff. I'll have to keep an eye out, and if I find something that seems promising, I'll bring it back to you, and hopefully you can make more.
We would love to do more research and development into new and interesting, well, maybe not necessarily new, because somebody probably has already a recipe, but we will have our own recipe based on what is available to us in current location.
Marvelous. Well, I will definitely have to think of if there's anything else that I need. Otherwise, yeah, we'll send Franklin over here when he's all done with things and introduce them to you.
I look forward to hearing what ingredients could be useful.
Well, thank you for doing the good work that you do. I'm going to keep checking in on everybody, and I will see you around.
We will be here.
Uh,
And at that
Wonderful.
point,
And-
the turtle chimes in. Wow. Look at him fly. And then one eye blinks slowly, and then the other eye blinks.
Well, that's somebody who sure appreciates every moment of the day, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I flew earlier. Again.
Assisted by Kaito, or is this just a thing you're doing now?
Oh, it's a thing that I do. And Kaito likes to think that he's helping.
I mean, it does help to have somebody shoot you through the air. Get the extra lift that way. Which also too, I'm thinking
Oh,
we should
you said the
probably
magic
wrap up
word.
what we what?
You hear a
Thinking?
window shatter.
Thinking?
I hear lift. I love lifting.
Oh no. Oh, hey Flex. We were actually talking more about flight rather than muscle, but we'll let you know if anything needs lifting.
He does like the finger guns at you. And then jumps
And
back to the
actually,
window.
Damn it, Flex.
You know, I have an idea for that.
The exact window
who
that
do you-
Price mended yesterday.
who do I talk to around here who might be the carpenter of the town?
Who are you asking?
Price and Kaito.
I don't really know who's in charge of that. That might be
Hmm.
Glorb.
Let me ask him. Hey, Glorb.
Hey. And he waves you over to the forge. And he points into
Ooh,
it.
how's the ruby looking?
Any
Ooh, that's
minute now.
nice. And I'm gonna slap myself, be like, no, I can't do this right now. I have a project. Who do you got doing carpentry around here?
Me.
Oh, perfect. Well, have you considered a simple, like, uh, flex door here? I'm just thinking, like, basically, if you hang a wooden panel on, like, some type of a hinge up top, when Flex dives through, it'll just let him out. Like, I've seen some people do for their cats or other small animals to let them out of the house. But you could build one here for Flex, and that way he would stop breaking the window that you put here. Just a thought. Let me know if you'd like a hand with it. If do you think that'd be useful? But
Or
anyway,
think about this. But before you
Yeah.
go, what do you think
Yeah.
of this? And he points to the forge one more time.
so pretty, so warm. Slap myself again. You're like, no, Glorb, this is way too interesting. We have a lot to do. Thank you though for the update. Let me know how it goes. Let me know when it's done.
Will
Can't
do.
wait to see it. So warm. Ah, I keep kind of shaking myself. Like, no, cannot get stuck watching the Ruby TV. All right. Well, I was just thinking, something to keep Flex from breaking a window. So Glorb's on it. So now that that thought's all taken care of, uh, should we make sure that the mole people are all settled in for now and maybe get our stuff together to head up to the monastery? Might be good to get up there sooner rather than later, just in case those skeleton guys are kind of migrating through the area, or hopefully to find out what's going on with that zombie cloud giant.
Yeah, we probably should do that.
All right.
Do we
Well,
know
mhm.
how to get there?
From Kalia's notes and what Luana had said, it's to the northeast. So I think if we follow this path here, and I'll kind of turn my notebook around and be like, if we follow this path here up through the forest, it looks like that way. Um, we should reach it in about a day, maybe a little over a day. But I'm gonna go check with Luana and just confirm that I have these notes oriented correctly. And then I'll go look for Franklin and see if they have anything else that they need before we wrap up. So you could probably find me either at Luana's or over talking to Franklin with the rest of his people. But then when we're all done, if we want to meet back at the tavern, say later this afternoon or later this morning, I guess, is it still morning? See, still morning, right? We just got up and we're just kind of
Yeah, this is
doing some
morning.
stuff. Yeah. So maybe we meet for lunch in the tavern and plan from there.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Wonderful.
might work
Well,
on the wagon some more.
oh yeah, I bet Mayor Chungus would appreciate that. Oh, good. Vimac, if you're done with breakfast, would you maybe get a jump on things to go talk to Franklin? I'm gonna go check with Luana and see if the map that I have here is essentially accurate.
What am I asking, Franklin?
Oh, just to check and make sure they have everything they need before we head up to the monastery.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. See you guys around. Woo! As I shoot off into the ether. Did not mean to go that far. Luana probably
Distracted.
sees me like
Distracted by the
walking
ruby.
way past. Yeah, walking way past. I'm just thinking about the ruby, and the next thing I know, I'm at the mayor's house. I'm like, no, no, wait, no, no. I need to go here. Where am I going? Damn ruby, way too much fun to look at. Knock knock.
She's there. The door opens.
All right, perfect. Like, hello. Well, think we're going to start wrapping up our things in town to go on our next adventure up to the monastery. And I just wanted to make sure that we were essentially on the right track. So here are the notes and the map that Kalia wrote down. And I'm going to lay it out and be like, if I'm reading this right, it's telling us to go that way a while, probably like day and a half. Does that seem about right?
Yes, it seems about accurate.
Ah, wonderful. Um, I know it's only been a night, but I know sometimes your communications are speedier than one might expect. Have you perchance heard anything about that underground fortress or the creepy bone guy that we ran into?
Still waiting for word from the guild.
Fair enough. Well, we're gonna just make sure the mole people are settled in, um, then have some lunch, and then probably start to make our way out. So just you can find us at the tavern if you need us before we head out. Otherwise, we'll stop on by on our way out.
She nods.
All right.
So while you're doing that, let's see. They went back in. Chopper's over there. So, if our business is concluded, we have much research to do. As Marquette is looking at Price and Kaito.
Oh, yeah. We kind of probably need to get ready as well, so it's good to see you.
Likewise, and a pleasure doing business with you. And he bows gracefully.
Thanks for everything.
And then you see Glorp stick his head out the window.
Hey,
Oh.
Hey. Hey.
you got any time?
Oh, yeah.
And then he, since there's plenty of holes in these windows, he points to the forge.
Price is going to climb through the window.
Kind of will walk around to the door.
How's it looking?
Any minute. Just
You're
need
not just
time.
gonna sit there staring at the gym again, are you?
No, I'm going to be working on the wagon.
Mm-hmm. Well, the wagon's not in here.
I was gonna say he says as he stares at the ruby.
Yeah.
No.
And Glorp points to Kaito.
Look real close. It's
why?
almost done.
Almost done doing what?
I
Oh,
don't know.
Kaito, look.
You know, staring into a bright fire is not good for your eyes, right?
I'm fine.
Bryce is gonna glance up at Kaito, and I'm almost just assuming like, you know, if you stare, if you accidentally look at the sun and then you look away at something, and you've got that like imprint in your vision.
And it's like a green blob.
I'm picturing, so Price has that, but I'm picturing it's so bad that Kaito sees that in like Kaito sees the ruby in Price's eyes, and it's not like a reflection because of the angle. It's almost just kind of like like
Bryce, I don't
imprinted
think
slightly.
you should be looking at that anymore like that.
He probably looks like Gollum after staring at Precious too long, and he's just gonna turn back to the forge.
You just need time.
And we're
You
done.
have time.
He's gonna attempt to pick up Price and pull him away from it.
If Price can even see you do that.
Can I do an insight check to see if it seems like Glorb is onto something, or if this is just
Yeah,
typical?
you can insight. You definitely believe that he thinks he's on to something.
Okay. So it's like if Kaito's trying to urge Price out, Price is gonna kind of like do one of those things where instead of like pushing Kaito away and being like, no, he's gonna almost like grab on to Kaito and just like almost like kind of pull Kaito in. Like, and he's still staring at the forge. Kaito, it's almost done. You just gotta believe in me. Plus, we're
Right.
waiting till lunch anyway.
Just
You
need
can
time.
wait for something to happen without staring at it and hurting your eyes.
Eyes not hurt, but just need time.
Well, you're built different.
Oh, it's
Actually, I had a
going
question.
going over their head.
Do you have any spare weapons for sale here, by any chance?
Oh,
Glorp snaps out of it.
Glorb have stuff. What do you want?
I was hoping to replace a couple of things I may have had taken.
Glorb have no idea what
Uh,
taken.
Okay, I lost a dagger, a couple hand axes, a light crossbow, and
Yeah.
a scimitar and a longbow.
How you lose so much stuff?
It was not fun. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, and there's like a light that goes off in his head. Oh.
You part of ambush team.
I guess.
He nods. Great honor to win ambush. And he starts rummaging through piles of stuff. And he throws out a couple daggers. Let's see, what else did you ask for?
A couple hand axes, a light crossbow, a scimitar, and then I had a +1 longbow, but I don't know if he'd have that.
Let's see. So, yep, these are pretty. Yeah. So you'd have those.
All right. What do I do for him?
Hold on, I gotta bring up the price sheet. So 2 daggers, a hand
You have a
axe.
sheet for me?
Yes, you're everywhere. You're amazing.
Well, we'll say you get them, and I'll run the calculation later. And we'll just
All right.
do that. So it's because I'm gonna scimitar is. Oh, scimitar is 25 gold.
Okay.
You said a light crossbow.
Yes.
I said I was gonna do the pricing later. I'll just do it now because I'm already looking at it.
Okay.
A light crossbow will be 20. You're buying in bulk. 25 gold.
Okay.
Usually markets upcharge because that's like the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then let's see, 2 daggers.
Yep.
Daggers are 2 gold per.
So 4.
And hand axe.
And
And
then
hand
axe.
axes are 5 gold per.
So -10. Okay. I've updated my coins. Thank you. Thanks, Glorb.
Anytime.
Hopefully not anytime.
You know what?
I would really like not to lose my items again.
Oh yeah, did Price ever get the Stick of Glorb back?
Yeah, that was on top of the bone
Yeah.
pile.
Okay, because I see it is at 0.
Uh,
Yeah.
But you forgot to put it back.
yeah.
Womp womp.
And are you so where do you wear it? Do you wear it like with pride or do you just like keep it in a bag? Where is it visible, I guess is the important question.
Yeah. If he's not using it as like a walking stick or like a rambling stick, it's probably at this point he's probably fashioned like a little um sort of like I'm picturing like a leather, not like a sheath, kind of like a pocket that he can stick it in on his back. So it's almost like a sword tied to his back, but it's in a different fashion.
Oh, you still have stick.
Oh yeah,
He holds his
been
hands out.
through a lot together.
Let Glorpsy.
Oh, here you go.
He takes it. And he meanders over to what looks like is a little barrel of like I guess the best way to put it is like a barrel of like some kind of liquid, but it looks really hot and it even emanates heat, and it's like it's on the forge but like off to the side, kind of like maybe like molten metal. You want stick improvement? Glorb learn a lot.
Sure.
He smiles and just dips the wooden stick into this vat of like molten metal. And then he sticks it into the forge and stares at it. Anytime now.
So basically, it'll be a club with with a metal coating on it, but the like where you hold like the handle of it is still wooden.
Okay,
So it's
nice.
almost like a candied apple, a candy apple mace, but a stick in metal. Definitely not candy.
It's funny because originally he did ask for a rock candy mace from the table, and then I forgot what he.
And as you know, Glorb is getting to quote unquote work and staring into the forge, and now having an excuse to stare into the forge. He points to the ruby.
Anytime now.
And that's where we'll wrap up the session.
Nice. I was thinking too, we could so the ruby's in there, and he had just said that he was going to do something with his staff, and maybe the last little thing, because I don't want to forget to do this next session. But when we were in the like weird lab place that had the crate and the containment issue, and then that sort of construct was there. As soon as we were leaving, Price ended up seeing this weird chunk of obsidian that was wrapped in jade kind of roll out. So he's gonna realize that he already handed over this lava ruby. He realizes he has this other weird sort of rare gem potentially. So he's gonna shuffle through his pockets. He's, oh, Glorb, take a look at this. And I guess that'll potentially be the last thing.
Ooh, shiny.
Alrighty. And with that, we shall pause the game. You're back in town and about to be right
Nice.
back out of town.
And I'm gonna realize that I see the well in the field there. So next time I want to go and just toss in a coin and make a wish, as one does. It's just like, oh, didn't realize there was a well over here. But other than that, that was a fun session. Nice to get to reconnect with everybody.
Yeah, that
And
was good.
Kaito got some healing potions. I'm also very gratified to kind of bring this full circle because we had talked about making it, kind of joining with the mole people or like inviting them to our town anyway, and now we get them here. So it's kind of like it feels really good after starting the improvements in the town so long ago to now be getting to that point where we're seeing a little bit of progress there. Because I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
to see like what our town is going to turn into. We have like a potion maker, we have our blacksmith, we have some delightful mole people. So it's growing. I'm excited. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to sign off here and I will look forward to chatting with you guys next week. There is a chance that I won't be able to play next week, just due to market prep. I have 3 full days of markets, but at 2 different locations.
Alrighty. So, with that being said, that was fun. So with that, we did start a little late, so I'm gonna wrap up super quick here. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate all of you popping in and chit-chatting, lurking, saying hello. We do this every Wednesday at I try to get it 5:30, but we've been starting late recently. I'm gonna try to reel that in a bit. But yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. hope you all have a wonderful morning or evening or whatever it may be by the time you are enjoying this and partaking. For those of you on the Ubles Tubles, we do this over on Twitch, Twitch TV/Cubed222. I run 2 games per week. This is the other one, but this one starts about 2 hours earlier than the Tuesday. And yeah, usually I try and get this stuff all up on the YouTubes because VODs aren't forever over here on Twitch. And yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow at our usual time. That's 6 o'clock Pacific of a variety of games. And yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap up here. Hydrate, grab myself a snackaroo. There we go. And yeah, I think that's the gist of it. So, until the next time we meet adventurers, fare thee well. For now. For now.